OK, so that's a look at our servers. Now I'm going to go into the software layer of compute on top of it, because we've got a lot of cool innovations in that area as well. One of them is the introduction of AKS Virtual Node v2. If you're familiar with Azure Kubernetes Service and Virtual Node that we introduced about 5 years ago, it had some limitations. You couldn't get basically fully native Kubernetes capabilities off of those virtual nodes. With Virtual Node v2, it looks exactly like a standard node in a Kubernetes cluster. We believe the future of the cloud is serverless, and Azure Container Instances is our serverless container offering. We actually were the first public cloud to offer serverless containers with ACI, and we've been continuing to innovate ACI since its introduction. So one of the things that you've always been able to do is go and connect virtual nodes in AKS to ACI, and that allows you to kind of scale burst out or even run your infrastructure completely serverlessly on top of ACI. One of the things that we've done just recently, and we announced this today, is standby pools for ACI. Many workloads are very bursty, and they need a large amount of capacity kind of ready for them to scale up to the demands that they see, and then maybe scale back down. So standby pools allow you to create these standby pools with standby pods that are ready to go, and then as you start to scale out your workload, these pods just get assigned to your workload. I'm going to show you a demo of that in action. In fact, I'm going to show you a pretty cool demo. Wanted to really stretch this, because some of you come to expect that these talks are going to be like huge demos. So how about if we create 10,000 ACI containers and see how long that takes us? 10,000. So we kick off this on the left side, or on the right side. We're just going to take a look at the current time. You can see 6:44, 1844. On the left side, we're going to kick off scaling 2,500 pods each of 4 of these groups. And what we're going to see now is, as we watch those pods spin up, is first they're a little slow as they start to spin up. That's the count there. The ready count is on the left, 51 out of 2,500. So there's deploy 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5 are the numbers. You can see the ready counts for each of them, and then you can see on the right side the available counts, another way to see it. They're all trying to shoot for 2,500, and here we go. Now they're really launching up, taking advantage of that standby pool. And what this is going to allow is for those kinds of workloads, especially workloads that are unpredictable, especially those kind of multi-tenant workloads where you want to spin them up, because that's one other aspect of ACI is that they're hostile multi-tenant safe, meaning you can put 2 different customers in 2 different ACI pods and isolate them. So here we go. We're coming up on the 2,500 across all 4. And there we go. We just hit it, 2,500 across all 4 of those deployments. Oh, there we go, the last bit. And then we get the count, the current count, 2,500. So we got 10,000 pods. You just saw it happen, launched. And now we get the time. And it took about a minute and a half. So 90 seconds, roughly, to get to 10,000 containers launched from 0. So that's, and you're free to clap at any time if you like. So the other advancement that we're making with ACI, we're also announced today, is the introduction of NGroups. So ACI, if you're familiar with it, allows you to create single instance, effectively, ACI containers and manage them one by one. Not very efficient, and missing a lot of the features that a lot of our customers love in things like virtual machine scale sets, where you can get spreads across availability zones, you can do rolling upgrades, you can get this kind of flexibility to manage the thing at massive scale. So that's what we've done today with NGroups, is effectively have a scale set concept for ACI containers. They're called NGroups, and this means that when you say, hey, I want an ngroup, foo, of the containers, I want a count of 3, I can spread them across zones, and if one of them fails, like we have a failed one, what ACI NGroups is going to do is automatically do a restart, so it's got health built into it as well. So this is the future of serverless, and you see us fleshing out the underlying infrastructure to really support any application being able to run on serverless containers.